Namaskar. There is a question been asked through time immemorial, how to be happy, especially in our modern world when we are thrown into galaxy of challenges in day-to-day life which generates pressure, demands and stress. How to retain that sense of positiveness, experiencing positive feeling within us and being happy. What is the secret of that contentment rather than just momentary, temporary sense and spikes of happiness, rather than have an enduring sense of joy and contentments that you can hold in our lives in regular basis? We have various research that shows we do need pleasures, the simple, ordinary pleasures of life, such as savoring an ice cream, having a good cup of coffee, going to a cinema with a friend, or just watching a film or reading a book. These temporary pleasures makes us momentary joy, happiness, contentment. However, they are transient. The second thing the researchers talk about, what psychologists, especially positive psychologists, talk about, having flow in life. Flow is something that you doing and engaged in an activity where you radically feel alive, engaged. When time stops, you face a challenge and you have some skills, and flow happens in between them where you are so inspired that you forget everything and you become really happy and inspired in that present moment. But the third thing about happiness that sustains is creating a meaning and purpose in our lives. It can be different from different people. Some people find happiness celebrating ordinary family day-to-day lives. Some people creating a bigger vision, connecting, giving, doing charity work. Whatever that creates meaning in your life makes you happy. Attaching purpose and meaning, having flow, and having pleasurable moments brings that positivity and joy in a combined way. There are other research which shows, especially from UK, comes across about 5 factors. I call them GREAT. G for giving, benevolence. More you give, more things comes back to you. Giving doesn't have to be material. It can be simply helping, being kind, being grateful, gratitude practices, bringing us in this present moment right here, right now. When you are open, accepting grace and giving it back with kindness and gratitude. R is relatedness. What really makes us happy is our deep social interrelationships, our social bonding that creates the chain of happiness and positive feelings. Research has shown that happiest countries in the world, such as Latin American countries, Costa Rica, Scandinavian countries like Denmark, they are happy because they are socially connected. They talk to each other, they share food, they celebrate their social lives. Relatedness. E is educate, but not just education in that sense, the normal sense of the term. It means being curious, being creative, learning, enriching yourself every day. A is being active, been exercising, eating well, sleeping well, the simple things being activity-based lifestyles. changing life in more positive ways. T is about take notice. Take notice in ordinary things in a mindful way which becomes extraordinary. Looking into simple flower with awe when we become one, being with the experience. Those mindful practices brings us in the present moment or moment by moment experience where we are not sucked into the past or worrying about future, but we are radically alive right here, right now. That makes us happy. There are other practices that we can bring in our lives, such as self-compassion, being more kind to ourselves when we feel inadequate, we fail. And there are research-based practices to make ourselves happier, kinder to ourselves. We can bring various ancient philosophical disciplines, ways of practical philosophy or street philosophy from the East or the West, such as Stoic principles, knowing that some things are up to us and other things are not. How to relate to things and situations differently in our lives. Practices of Socrates, questioning ourselves, leaving the questions rather than trying to frantically find the answers. Practices from Eastern philosophies such as yoga. And there are no differences. Even if you look into the Yoga Sutras, they talk about Chitta Vritti Nirodha, means when mind is frantic, how can we become more still? And the teaching of the yoga is in the now, in the present moment. When we know our Sarup, our true self, who we really are, and how to become more fully awake and alert, arrive already loved in our lives, so that we generate sustainable positive emotions and become more content, joyous, happy. Thank you.